Did you try trimming these at all?
Not this time.
You can kind of see down here at the bottom, and this is concerned how one of the nails is actually curling down exactly into the skin, and you can even see how it's starting to pierce the skin. I mean, that becomes really painful. Yeah, absolutely. You can talk as much as you want. Yeah, we just talk through it, so it's just like us being in here. So yeah, what I typically do for a nail like this, if you are a caregiver or a child at home, try to get underneath the edge here if you're comfortable. And she already said she's ticklish, so I'm gonna do a little clip, and we do little by little. Okay, because if there's any skin that's grown underneath there, we don't want to nip any of that. So we can already see how much already came off in just one little gentle. I'm gonna tilt her just a little bit. Okay. Oops. All right, so let's get comfortable here. Also be real careful. We've got a lot of dry skin. We already decided that we're gonna call in a cream. Honestly, at first, I would probably use it twice a day to get this a little, yeah. And then that next time that she comes in, we'll take a peek, and we may add a urea-based cream to it.
Okay.
You okay? I know this is really tender because the nails are just so long. They haven't been touched in so long that the skin kind of, and we have to be real careful. I'm going to show you in between the toe here. You can see in there. Make sure you check in between all the toes whenever, because you can get some debris. So this little guy was just kind of hanging in there. And a lot of times you don't feel it, you know, so we need to make sure, you know, what I recommend is after maybe once a day soaking the feet is getting a washcloth and just taking it in between the toes. And you'll definitely, and then also like a dry towel afterwards. And then do the good thick cream. So this nail, and I mean, this has got to be painful in your shoes.
No, it didn't.
It's not?
I had this toenail over here that's turned. Kind of got to hurting the case.
There you go. Another one down. So what we're going to do, like I said, is work on the length of the nail, and then once that's done, we'll get the Dremel and smooth it down. She's kind of ticklish, so we'll see how well that works. Be really careful if you're trimming at home. This skin likes to build up underneath.
That's why I stopped.
That's what gets scary.
Yes.
Because if you go just to clip it all at once,
yes,
we don't want any bleeding. All right, so you can see underneath here, this is a really good example of it. Right in there. All of that is potentially skin that could be attached.
Okay.
You got it. So I'm going to clip just a little bit. And I usually try to clip at an angle. What that's going to do is start my angle in which the nail automatically follows. Because when they're so dry and brittle like this, most of the time, once you kind of get the right spot, it kind of falls off on its own. So this one's a little longer. So I'm just going to take my time, make sure that I'm not getting any skin. And I go real gently, just do a little soft kind of pressure on the nipper to make sure that she's not feeling anything. And you can feel an immediate reaction and kind of pulling back the foot. And what I also recommend before you come in next time, make sure you soak your feet for like a solid 30 minutes. Right before you come in. Exactly. I mean, everyone always trims their nails after they get out of the shower. Well, it makes sense because it makes it way more comfortable for you.
I've never done that.
You've never done that?
No, never in my life. Well, I didn't have nails that looked like this on them.
Well, listen, look how much better they're already looking. I mean, we're not even anywhere near done. Look at this. Look how that curl. Well, we're not going to let you get in this bad again. And if you ever have any nail that's kind of digging in there, that's painful in between your regular nail trims, call us. Just to let everybody know, with certain, you know, like diabetes or poor circulation to the feet, your insurance typically covers a nail trim every 9 weeks by us.
Okay.
So if you're uncertain if you qualify or not, come in. I'm sorry, I know. That one's the one that one's facing you. So if you're uncertain if you qualify or not, come in and we'll do an evaluation and assessment and let you know. All right, boy, he's a thick one. Okay. Oh, thank God that one's off. Look at that. It's so uncomfortable. every time we do this, they're actually going to look better and better because we're kind of getting the fungus more managed.
Okay.
If you want, there's a nail gel that you can apply every day to help soften the nail and to kind of help de-layer it.
Okay.
The girls can bring it in when we're finished. It's called Odessa. You okay? I'm sorry. There we go. Okay.
It's gonna feel so much better.
Okay, so we can kind of see here, this one, the big toenail, how it's curled all the way under here. All right, everybody, watch out. I will tell you, I've only gotten a toenail in my mouth once. One and only time. I learned my lesson.
Yeah, that.
But sometimes they're so hard,
Sure.
you know, and it's impossible to do a nail trim like this with just the regular nippers, you know?
Oh.
There's no way.
Well, I went to the medical store to get some and try, and it was just like what you said about I'm so afraid.
Right.
I was gonna get
Yes. We, okay. Here we go. Already looking better. It's a little jagged. I gotta be so careful of that skin. Definitely want to, and for the students out there watching and the residents, we get a lot of people that are trying to learn technique and things like that. So important not to lean your nippers back this way, or if I'm going this way, to go in this way. You will get the nail bed, and you will never, ever see that patient again. I have to work out my forearms. Funny thing is I used to do a bunch of nursing homes and assisted living facilities,
Right.
and I would go and squat on the floor and trim toenails. They would,
I'm sure lined up.
yeah, lined up, exactly.
Yeah.
And then when I was done doing that, because I did it for about, oh my gosh, I think like 5 years.
How are you, third?
Well,
Yeah,
I've gotten that one cut down.
one down, one to go. So when I was done doing that, I measured the circumference of my forearm. It was an inch difference from trimming so many
I don't
toenails.
believe it.
Again, just going to kind of clip straight back because it's so long. You can kind of see it follows the line
Yeah.
on its own. So it's not, and a lot of people try to make the mistake of clipping the whole thing at once.
Yes.
No, what it does is flatten the nail,
And smooth.
and then it makes it, oh my gosh, incredibly painful.
Yeah.
Okay, 4 to go. I'll let you do the countdown. Okay, here we go. That one right there was getting ready to dig into the skin. So always of concern is an ingrown toenail. Most people think that you can get an ingrown toenail only on the big toes. Common myth, you can get them on any toenail for any different reason. I had one patient I trimmed, the nail went like this. It was almost like a horn that went just like this into the skin. It was crazy.
Well, I'm never gonna make this one.
It's taking our time, making sure we don't.
Yes, and I appreciate it too.
Absolutely.
Because I'm very sensitive
I know.
about my feet. I
Well,
didn't realize my toenails were so bad.
Just think about how much easier it's going to be next time.
Yes.
Okay, look at these guys. I'm not sure where they're headed. That second one, boy, it just likes to jet off.
Yes.
Okay, gonna go straight up here. Feel, make sure there's no skin. Just do a good clip. Straight across. And then there it is. A common issue as well, or myth, is people think that they need to trim their toenails straight across. What I generally recommend, and I have another video out there on how to trim toenails specifically, is just follow the natural nail bed shape that you were born with. Everyone's a little different. So the general or the golden rule is to leave about 1 millimeter of what I call the white stuff. This stuff right here. I know, this is the one that's the hardest one here.
Yeah, it hurts.
I know, I'm sorry.
I know. Oh.
Hang in there
Is
with
that the
me.
one that's sensitive?
That's the one that,
It's most sensitive.
yeah, it hurt. It was bent over sideways.